They say that blind people is one of the most terrible disabilities a person can have. Well, that might be true, but a group of people have broken the barrier of blindness to be global stars. So today, let's look at 10 blind celebrities that turn their disabilities to a challenge to move higher. Starting at number 10 is Blessing 04, a Nigerian-born gospel and Christian music singer, songwriter, and composer. Blessing unfortunately has been born blind in one eye and with limited vision due to congenital glaucoma. He migrated to the United States when he was 6 years old with his uncle in order to treat and preserve his remaining eyesight. Unfortunately, he went completely blind at age 10 due to an accident, but he didn't deter him from driving his talent. With influences from the likes of Stevie Wonder, he developed his talent and started with gospel music and also songs to raise awareness about his condition. He then released Brighter Days along with an album named after it in 2022. The song reached 17 on the Billboard Top 20 at that time. The following year, his song Believe reached number 23 on the Christian Top 40 and was nominated for the Best Contemporary Christian Music Performance and Song at the 66th Annual Grammy Awards. Ofo also received a nomination for the Best Contemporary Christian Music Album with his album My Tribe. He might be blind, but his talents are clearly visible. Next up at number 9 is the famous Ray Charles, and fans of old school music would remember the legend. Ray was an American pianist and musician who shaped the sound of rhyme and blues. Just like Blessing 04, Ray did not lose his sight until he was about 7 years old. Years later, doctors suggested that juvenile glaucoma had caused his blindness, but this visual impairment never hindered his career in any way. He brought a soulful sound to country music, pop standards, and was a big name in the industry. He was the pioneer of the soul music in the 50s while mixing jazz, blues, rhyme, and gospel style music to his sounds. He was the first black artist to be granted artistic control by a mainstream label. Ray also appeared in the 1980 hit movie The Blues Brothers, and Frank Sinatra called him the only true genius in the business. In 2004, Rolling Stone magazine ranks Charles number 10 on their list of 100 greatest artists of all time and also voted him number 2 on their list of the 100 greatest singers of all time. At number 8, we have Omoba Benjamin Aderomu, better known as Koko. He was a beloved blind artist hailing from Lagos, Nigeria before his death back in 2009. Despite losing his sight at the age of just 10, Kokoro's music talent knew no bounds. Interestingly, he was born into royalty in Ondo State, southwestern Nigeria, and he honed his unique singing style, initially accompanied by a drum and later by a tambourine. He rose to prominence in the 1960s and 1970s after working under many popular artists, captivating audiences with his soulful lyrics and wisdom, often touching on themes of love, money, and societal issues. As an early pioneer of juju music, Kokoro's influence spread far and wide, inspiring countless musicians. It wasn't at all easy for him, as many times people exploited on his blindness and he would have no money, so he would go on the streets to perform. Although he was later appreciated and recognized for his contribution to the industry, and his legacy continues to shine till this day. At number 7, we have Yahaya Usman, a popular Hausa singer based in Kaduna in northern Nigeria. He has overcome numerous challenges to carve out a successful career in music, losing his sight at the age of 3 due to measles. He dubbed Yahaya Makaho and resorted to street begging until he transitioned to singing in 2003. His style of music includes songs honoring prominent figures and important people. Despite financial struggles, Yahaya remains steadfast in his dedication to his craft. Unlike contemporary musicians, Yahaya's songs are not pre-written. Instead, he memorizes lyrics and choruses before heading to the studio. Despite his achievements, Yahaya harbors a deep-seated desire to serve in the Nigerian army, a dream he shared with his parents before losing his sight. He's an inspiration to many, especially in that region where disabilities are seen as the end of the world and most of them resort to begging on the streets to feed, but he made use of his talents. At number 6, we have Mary Ateno Olmi D, a pioneer gospel singer from Kenya who has defied odds and left a mark on the music scene for over 3 decades. Despite being blind, Mary hasn't let that to decide her fate. Her journey in music began in the face of adversity, with Mary overcoming societal norms and gender biases to establish herself as a prominent figure in Kenya's gospel music landscape. Through her timeless songs like Adamu na Eva and Sodom na Gomorrah, Mary redefined gospel music in that region. Mary's early life was marked by challenges. In addition to being blind, she was diagnosed with heart disease at 17, but she became better, which ignited her faith in God anymore. Beyond her music achievement, Mary is a renowned teacher, inspiring students with her resilience and determination. Before we get into the top 5, kindly hit the subscribe button and like this video. Into the number 5 now, we have Manso, a Senegalese singer and musician. Despite being blind, Manso's musical talent shines through, earning him recognition both as a solo artist and as part of the dynamic duo with Baba Mal, a popular Senegalese artist. Growing up surrounded by music, Manso honed his skills on the guitar and vocals, learning from family members, and his close friendship with Baba Mal since childhood further fueled his passion for music. In the 1980s, Manso moved to Paris with Baba Mal, where they formed the iconic Dande Leno band. As the primary guitarist, Manso's contributions were instrumental in shaping the band's sound, earning them acclaim within the Senegalese immigrant communities in Paris. Together, they perform at various notable events and festivals and receive a lot of recognition. At number 4 is Reuben Kigami, a multifaceted talent in the Christian music scene who defied the odds of being blind to become a huge figure in gospel music, radio, and Christian leadership. Born in Kenya in the late 60s, Reuben lost his sight at a tender age of 3 due to a cataract attack. Despite his challenge, he pursued his passion for music and education with unwavering determination. Growing up in a humble background, Reuben's parents instilled in him resilience and courage, which shaped his outlook of life. Reuben's musical journey began at a young age, writing songs and arranging music for his band. In 1987, Reuben recorded his first album, What a Mighty God We Have, marking the beginning of his prolific music career. Over the years, he has released a total of 20 albums. Aside from music, Reuben's influence extends to radio, where he has been a presenter and producer at various stations, including the Kenya Broadcasting Corporation and Family Media. Reuben's contribution to Kenya's media and music industry were recognized on Mashujaa Day in 2010 when he was awarded the Order of Grand Warrior by the President. Reuben remains committed to inspiring others, especially newcomers in the music industry and those with disabilities. At number 3, we have Olmi D, who until his death, blind 83 years old guitarist. Unlike most people in this list, he is mainly a street artist and he plays for Tiny Tips, but according to people living in Kisumu, he was once a hero, played on the radio, one of the first guitarists in the region. He rose to be one of the influential guitarists. Olmi lost his ability to see at an early age. This did not stop him one bit from venturing into the competitive music industry. He was loved by many and was a national icon, especially for the blind community. At number 2, we have the popular Kobans Koko, a renowned Nigerian musician, producer, and songwriter. Despite being blind, he has carved out a remarkable career in the music industry, and there is no doubt that he is the biggest influence for blind people with great talent in Nigeria. He gained international recognition for his work on Asa's debut album, producing hits like Fire on the Mountain and Jailer. Kobans has worked with a lot of artists both locally and internationally, including Banky W, Omaomi, and Tiwa Savage, amongst many others. Aside from his impressive music production credits, Kobans has performed at prestigious events worldwide. He's also been involved in the humanitarian efforts, collaborating with organizations like the One Campaign to raise awareness about issues like agriculture and poverty, and in projects like the UN Global Goal Campaign, where he co-produced the main song. In addition to his music career, Kobans is the founder and CEO of Vintage Grey Media Limited, which produced the popular music countdown show, the Top 12 Countdown with Kobans Asuko. Despite his blindness, Kobans continues to inspire with his talent, resilience, and dedication to making impactful music. Finally, at number 1, we have Stevie Wonder, who is an American music legend known for his groundbreaking contribution to various genres like R&B, pop, soul, funk, and jazz. Despite being blind since shortly after death due to retinopathy of prematurity, Wonder's music genius shone through from a young age. He signed with the label at just 11, earning the nickname Little Stevie Wonder and topping the Billboard Hot 100 at 13 with his hit single Fingertips. Wonder's career has skyrocketed in the 1990s, known as his classic period, marked by critically acclaimed albums which earned him consecutive Grammy Awards for Album of the Year. His mastery of electronic musical instruments, particularly the Honor Clivet keyboard, revolutionized contemporary R&B. In the 1980s, Wonder entered his commercial period, achieving even greater fame and success with chart-topping hits, high-profile collaborations, and impactful political activism. His influence extended beyond music, and his accolades include 25 Grammy Awards, yes 25. This makes him the most awarded male solo artist and is also in the Humanitarian Halls of Fame for his influence and service to humanity. With over 100 million records sold worldwide, Stevie Wonder's legacy as a musical innovator, activist and cultural icon continues to inspire generations. So if you enjoyed the video, kindly click on the subscribe button and like to watch the 10 female athletes to make Nigeria proud.